everybody. Welcome to the show. Oh, give me a second. Put that guitar down. I tried a new look today. My contacts were bugging me, so I had to wear my glasses. Do I look good? Do I look fancy? Oh! These things are like, man, you've been ignoring me. Anyway, I like these glasses. I've had these things for a couple of years now. They've served me well. Anyway, how are you all doing? How was your weekend? Welcome to the Crigler Show. I am, of course, Adam Crigler, the host of the one and only Crigler Show. How you guys doing? So today we're going to be talking about, Joe Biden. Of course, I have to keep reporting on him because he is the president currently, and I feel it is my job, my duty, to acknowledge the things that he's doing or not doing. And yeah, he's pretty great at not doing specific things, but yeah, we'll get into it. Then I'm going to be talking about these passports, more specifically the protests for all of the jab passports that are going around that many different governments claimed never were going to be a thing. In fact, people were labeled conspiracy theorists last year if they even suggested that it was going to be a thing. Well, now they are pushing it everywhere. I mean, and it is crazy. So I'm going to talk about Australia specifically because there is a trucker strike that is going on that it seems people are trying to pretend isn't happening. And it's kind of crazy because it is absolutely happening. And people are starting to rise up. And it's pretty amazing to see. And it's not just Australia. It's France, it's the UK, it's America, it's the Netherlands. I mean, these people all over the place are basically saying they've had enough. And the mainstream media is silent, just crickets. So we're going to be talking about that. Then I want to talk about We Spa. Now, a few weeks ago, there was a woman, a family, she had I think it was her and her daughter, and she was complaining to the front desk that there was a man showing his genitals to her daughter, and it was disgusting. The dude's a man, and they were saying, well, she says it's a woman, so we got to let him in. That's the rules. And it's like the woman got ridiculed by the left, like by the people that are claiming that it was false and that she was being transphobic and making up this stuff just to get this she out of the woman's area. Now, it turns out that that person was a registered sex offender who has had many different situations exactly like this. I mean, Antifa was attacking people for defending or for going and protesting the spa, for letting this person show his junk to these young girls. It's disgusting. So we're going to talk about that. I got some details, and I think you already know where my head lies with that. But before we do, please go follow me over on Odyssey. It's really easy to find me. It's called The Crigler Show over there. You could you could definitely check it out. I post all my clips, all my live shows go over there. YouTube has deleted some of my videos in the past for whatever reason, and that can, happen whenever, I don't know. But definitely go check out Crigler Coffee Instagram. We're trying to blow that up. We've already gotten over 1,000 followers. Thank you all for following. Of course, you could check out the coffee company, and it's just criglercoffee.com.
Oh, yeah, I got some breaking news.
Yeah, there is some breaking news, yeah.
We got Crigler, AdamCrigler.com.
Oh.
I secured it.
I have just been informed that Adam Crigler, I'm going to it right now, .com is a thing. AdamCrigler.com, no more .net. Thank you. Oh, very nice.
Doing happy dance.
I have AdamCrigler.net. Oh no, it's just AdamCrigler.com now. Awesome. So we don't have net anymore. We got both. Well, you can just type Adam Crigler, and you can check out my website, adamcrigler.com. This is where you can check out all my videos, check out my podcast. The RSS number is there. check out the coffee shop. All things just lead to whatever I'm doing in life. So yeah, you can check it out. So thank you very much. And thank you, Nish. She's gone. But yeah, that was, of course, lovely. Yeah, it's an old picture. I need to get a new headshot because I don't know if you noticed, I have short hair now. I cut the hair off. Yeah. I don't regret it. Not one bit. Seriously, I miss it zero amount. Like, I wake up and I don't think about it anymore. Before, I would wake up and I would be annoyed. Straight up annoyed because it would be under my shoulder or like wrapped around my face like a freaking face hugger from Aliens. No joke. It was obnoxious. And I don't miss it at all. So, all right. So first we are going to be talking about Joseph Biden and the Taliban a little bit, and maybe some Gavin Newsom. And they all kind of come together in a sense. But first, I want to discuss a phone call. Now, when I first read this, I couldn't even believe it. This is from September 1st. And last week I had a bunch of guests on my show. I was talking to Carlin. I was talking to Gothics. Me and Carlin were debating about some stuff. You may have seen that episode. So I was a little preoccupied with not doing my normal segments. And I kept my eye on this. And I think it is absolutely bonkers. And what pisses me off about this, if this was Trump, I do that a lot, right? What if this was Trump? What about isms? Well, what about this? It's like, you know, I don't like going there, but I mean, last year, pretty much his entire presidency, he got bombarded nonstop. They never gave him a break. And somehow he looks younger now after his presidency. I don't know how he does it. But this is Biden now, okay? And somehow he's getting a pass. Look at this story. Biden pressured Ghani, who is the now ex-president of Afghanistan, to create perception that Taliban weren't winning. Okay, I'm going to read this, but I mean, right off the bat, it's like, what? So he was pressuring him to lie to the world. And that's basically what this is. President Biden pressured Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani to create the perception that the Taliban weren't winning, whether it's true or not, in a phone call just 3 weeks before the insurgents seized control of the country. A bombshell leaked transcript show. Biden and Ghani spoke for roughly 14 minutes on July 23rd in what would be their final call before the Taliban overran the government and Afghanistan descended into bloody chaos amid the botched U.S. withdrawal, according to a transcript and audio obtained by Reuters. Much of the call was focused on what Biden referred to as the Afghan government's perception issue. This is the quote here. I need not tell you the perception around the world and in parts of Afghanistan, I believe, is that things are not going well in terms of the fight against the Taliban, Biden said. And he continues, and there is a need, whether it is true or not, there is a need to project a different picture. Wow. Okay, now I've covered a lot of how Biden has handled this. We know now that Biden had every chance to maintain control of Kabul so that he can get American citizens out. There's still American citizens there right now. In fact, it's almost looking like what is considered a hostage situation. They are not being allowed to leave. Okay? So not only did Biden botch it, where he could have maintained control of Bagram Airport, he could have maintained control of the city. Taliban even said, you can keep it, but you're going to have to fortify or, maintain it, or we're going to take it. And they're like, no, we only need the airport. We only need the airport. And now he's telling, well, before that all went down, or essentially as that was going down, as he decided, no, we only need the airport, but we need to make sure the world thinks that the Taliban isn't winning. Why? Maybe so that the decisions that he was making made sense. Oh, the Taliban isn't winning. So maybe the Afghan army that we helped train for 20 years might be actually doing their job. Because that's what he was saying. He was saying, some 300,000 strong, armed to the teeth. The Taliban's got 10,000, whatever. Not many. They got no chance. And here we have him saying, reiterate that. President Ashraf Ghani, make sure people think that the Taliban aren't doing so hot. When in reality, he clearly had the information and knew that they were taking over faster than expected. But hey, Biden, didn't you claim it was, man, they took over faster than we could have expected? You knew that this was happening 3 weeks before they took over. Okay. Again, I don't like going there, but I have to go back. Imagine if this was Trump. Biden's on vacation. He came out of vacation, was like, yeah, I'm going to own it, but it's Trump's fault. Okay, peace. I'm going back to nap and eat some ice cream. Dude, they would have been freaking out, flipping their lids if it was Trump. You know what? Look at this. Psaki dodges questions about Biden pressing Afghan president to change perception of Taliban dominance. That's right. She, of course, was like, let's see. Well, I'm not going to get into private diplomatic conversations or leaked transcripts of phone calls. But what I can reiterate for you is that we have stated many times that no one anticipated that the Taliban would have been able to take the country as quickly as they did, or that the Afghan National Security Forces would fold as quickly as they did. Lies! I mean, 3 weeks before they did, he knew that they were taking... she's literally gaslighting everyone, saying, well, I'm not going to go into the details of this, but I'm going to lie to you now and say everything that the president was caught saying was not true. Even though the phone call in question is proving what she just said after it false. So she's lying. But, case in point, September 24th, 2019, here is a tweet from Psaki. It is not just the call transcript. The whistleblower complaint would likely have more details. We need both, not just the call. And everyone's agreeing. Look, of course, September 1st, all these people are saying, hey, you, I mean, you want more. You want who blew the whistle? We need we need all the information. Well, I'm not going to get into the details of a private conversation between the president and the other president because, that blows the narrative completely open. And by the way, let me gaslight all these sheep to believe these lies that I'm now about to tell you because that phone call is pretty damning evidence that Joe Biden knew the Taliban were taking over as quickly as they did, against the narrative of saying, well, we didn't know that they were gonna take over this fast. Wow. According to the ex-president of Afghanistan, they weren't even doing very good. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. And now look where we're at. Taliban keeping Americans hostage by not allowing flights to depart. This is from Representative McCall. The Taliban is holding 6 airplanes carrying Americans and Afghan refugees hostage at an airport in Afghanistan. Michael McCall claimed in an interview on Sunday. McCall, the ranking Republican on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, said on Fox News Sunday that the flights have been cleared by the U.S. State Department to depart, but the Taliban will not let them leave the airport. In fact, we have 6 airplanes at Mazar-e-Sharif Airport, 6 airplanes with American citizens on them as I speak, also with these interpreters, and the Taliban is holding them hostage for demands right now, the Texas congressman told host Chris Wallace. Wallace questioned McCall on what demands the Taliban were making before allowing the flights to leave. Well, McCall responds with, well, they're not clearing airplanes to depart. They've sat at the airport for the last couple days. These planes are not allowed to leave. Imagine being stuck on a plane in a behind enemy lines in a now hostile environment, being told you're not allowed to leave, and you're on the plane for days. Ooh. That sounds like that's nightmare fuel. He continues, we know the reason why is because the Taliban want something in exchange. This is really, Chris, turning into a hostage situation where they're not going to allow American citizens to leave until they get full recognition from the United States of America, he continued. Wow. The State Department has informed members of Congress that charter flights ready to ferry American citizens and green card holders out of the country to Doha, Qatar, are being held on the ground at Mazar-e-Sharif by the Taliban, CBS reported. Quote, the Taliban is basically holding them hostage to get out more Americans. Senior congressional source told the network, a non-government organization that teaches leadership to young women through athletics, said it has had 2 planes at the airport for 6 days, waiting for the Taliban to okay the flights. The report said between 600 and 1,200 people, including 19 American citizens, are waiting for the flights at a location outside the airport. Okay, so, at least it's good to know they're not on the planes. Or who knows, right? I have no idea. It's interesting though, all right, because I found this tweet, and this, of course, is from MSNBC. You could take that as you will, and it'll make sense by the time I read this thread to you. Breaking, can confirm that 11 flights, 8 chartered by Glenn Beck. Shout out to Glenn Beck, by the way, for doing incredible work. He's actually out there helping people get out. Amazing. Shout out to you, Glenn Beck. Are being held by the Taliban and include over 100 Americans. No packs on planes, no hostages. All packs are safe away from the airport. Also, McCall, referring to the person I just told you about, who is claiming that they're hostages, was absolutely incorrect at characterizing any of these people as hostages. There is nobody being denied exit of the country or being detained on a plane. Instead, the Taliban has not granted clearance for the planes to leave. Spoke to 2 sources who confirmed. Just to be absolutely clear, hostage is a very specific term, and only U.S. hostage the Taliban is holding is Navy veteran Mark Fredericks. Disappointed the representative is minimizing his 2-year kidnapping and captivity. I didn't even know about that. That is absolutely bonkers, and we need to get him out. But then he goes, also the planes are being denied clearance, not people. Yes, that is a pretty big distinction. Now, going back to the New York Post article about referencing what Michael McCall was actually saying, he was talking about the planes. He didn't say that it was hostage situations. He said that let me just quote him perfectly here. The Taliban will not let them leave. Well, he says that he's holding them hostage for demands. So where are you getting the information that they are making demands? We don't know yet. But he is a representative making these claims on Fox. Who to trust, Fox News or MSNBC? I don't trust anybody anymore. I don't trust any of them. They all have an angle. I have no idea. The bottom line is Joe Biden left this city to be taken by the Taliban. He could have maintained control of Kabul. He could have maintained control of Bagram Airfield, and he chose not to. He chose to get out the physical boots on the ground before American citizens, the equipment. I mean, those two things are huge, right? Billions of dollars in equipment and even one American life. But, I mean, MSNBC says over 100 citizens, American citizens, are still there. When one is too much. Absolutely bonkers. Joe Biden is an absolute hot mess. I mean, I'm seeing articles like this. I mean, obviously, this is an opinion. It says right here, this is an opinion piece. Right there, opinion. Is Joe Biden senile or just dumb? What do you think? I think he's senile. If you ask me, I'm not going to read that article. It is quite biased. It goes into the fact he had 2 brain aneurysms in the 80s when he was in his 40s. And the dude was caught lying in the 80s. That's why he had to end his presidential run in 1988, because he was caught lying. And not only that, he was snapping at a reporter for even asking him questions about it. How dare you? I was at the top of my class. Turns out he was at the bottom of his class. I have 3 degrees. Turns out he only had 1 degree. Wow. Joe Biden was asked in his early career, when he first became a senator, about corruption in politics. Well, how do we know, how do we get corruption out of politics? And you know what he responded with? This is early on in his career, right when he became a senator, mind you. Well, don't go thinking I'm not corrupt myself. What? That's your response, Joe Biden? Don't think that I'm not corrupt? That's your mistake? Like, are you saying that you're corrupt? He has an awfully hysterical way of saying the quiet part really loud. Really loud. Him and Obama built the largest fraud organization. Wow. It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes. That's a quote from Stalin that Joe Biden says. He literally said that. That's some communist tactic right there. Like, wow, dude. I think he's senile and corrupt. And maybe dumb. I don't know. Maybe all these things are in tune. But where's the VP? Where are they right now? There's American citizens behind enemy lines, potentially being held hostage. Can't know for certain until they actually make a demand, but they're not being allowed to leave. What are they supposed to walk out of Afghanistan? Huh? Is that what you want them to do, Biden? You want them to walk out of Afghanistan? You want them to take a boat, drive all the way through the desert to get out? Right. It just makes me think of this. I tweeted this the other day. Someone said, caption this to this freaking nightmare, laughing with this freaking nightmare. And I said, there's a quote from Gavin Newsom that I'm making up on the spot. It said, she said they think we really care about them. Oh, my goodness. These people don't care about us. They don't care about you. They don't care about those American citizens that are left there. They didn't care about the dogs. They don't care about their own state. Gavin Newsom's state is a hot mess. California has gone down the tubes. I've been to California many times. I love California. Loved California. No, I love many people in California because there are still conservatives, that people that want to make California great again, because it is a hot mess. And people are living on the streets. I mean, I just saw a haunting video of Philadelphia. It's these Democrat-run cities, because guess what? These Democrats don't give 2 poops about any of you. They don't care about me. All they care about is money, money, money. Controlling that money, maintaining the power. I watched an incredible interview today with Jordan Peterson and Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla. Incredible interview. Please go check it out. It's over on Jordan Peterson's YouTube channel. And in it, Dennis Prager said many people have asked him to run for office. And he said there's a big difference between being an influencer, and then being in power. And he doesn't want power. He'd rather be an influencer. And Dr. Peterson asked him, well, what's the difference, And an influencer doesn't coerce people, or people in power use coercion. They want that power, and he doesn't. And it's like, that's the people we need in power. Those are the people that will make the right decisions for everybody. And that's why everyone's been wanting him to run for office, because this guy is a freaking nightmare. Vote him out. Next week, I think early voting has actually started. I know this is a side note. I'm just shouting it out. I don't care who you vote for, whether you not like Larry Elder or not. Get Gavin Newsom out of there. That dude is crying. He is calling the White House, pleading for them to help him, because he knows people hate him in California. And I don't blame him, because he should be scared. And this woman needs to stop laughing at everything. So sick of that woman. The whole administration, I'm fed up with them. They're freaking the worst. It's a regime, and they don't care. I bet Biden spends most of his days eating ice cream, chilling out on the couch. Seriously, until he has to show up somewhere. All right, let's move on. I want to talk about the protests. So they're vaccine protests, right? Vaccine passports. I mean, a year ago. Go back 1 year. If you were to say vaccine passports are coming, you would have been labeled a conspiracy theorist. I felt like they were coming. And now, I mean, they are coming. People are talking about it. It's being implemented. People are talking about it. It's absolutely bonkers. Australia. So I talked about Australia last week. On Friday, they are building camps, quarantine camps, keeping people segregated. It's frightening what's going on. They're able to hack into your phone and edit, add stuff, delete stuff. They can go into your social media. Even if they suspect you of a crime, they can now go into your entire life and alter your life as they see fit. And that is absolutely insanity. So I noticed about 2 weeks into August, middle of August, I started seeing rumors of truckers. There was a video that someone posted, maybe on TikTok actually, that was making its round on Twitter. And it was a trucker who was just talking to the camera like, we're not going to take it anymore. They're trying to mandate the vaccine for truckers to continue trucking. Like they can't go around if they're not vaccinated. And they were like, we're not going to take this anymore. We're going to strike, all right? And it's coming soon. Make sure you're ready for it. He wanted to allow regular folk that aren't in control, that they are going to do it. And they are. They're standing true. Truck drivers and supporters around Australia stage freedom of choice protests at councils and major roads. Now, this is from August 31st, which is the date that they said was going to happen, starting August 31st. And you don't see many things on the hashtag. You don't see many news and outlets talking about any of this stuff, but it's happening. This was given to me from a buddy of mine. He sent this over to me.
Yeah, they're fucking doing it.
Sorry about the swear. My bad. I mean, he really thick Australian accent, so you might not have even noticed.
That's one way. I just got detoured off the highway.
Just turn that off just in case he swears again. Look how long this line is. The truckies blockade at the moment, it is going for a long... I mean, it's not the best video, but you can see that it is going on for quite... Like, as far as the road, you can see the road. There's trucks just parked. Now, people are like, well, they're going the wrong way. Well, Australia, they drive on the other side of the road, just to inform you. But this is happening. This is happening. They are absolutely doing this. This is from the EuropeReloaded.com. There's no main articles about this. Like I can't, it's like this is just random things. So the blockade is on, but reporting is almost nil. Absolutely. Look at this. Truckies, I have a better picture of this. Truckies keep Australia moving, not politicians. I found one, what's his name? I want to give him credit because I saw this on his show. The David Knight Show. All right, and he actually found a clip on Australian news media that basically they had a reporter go down and talk to some of these truckers standing there and like interviewing these people. Now going back to this tweet, this thing blew up. I mean, it is 4,000 retweets, 19,000 likes. And the craziest thing is about it is I'd say about a third of the comments are telling me it's fake. This isn't real. Yeah, right. They're posting pictures of like Google Maps that one picture shows like, when it's like red, well, like you don't go this way because it's red, lots of traffic. They're showing pictures of that. And then other people are showing pictures of the same exact path. See, no, that's lies. It's not true. You're lying. This is fake news. And it's like, I saw it for myself. I saw the newscaster go down and talk to the trucker who confirms that this is why they're doing it. And now what's interesting is David Knight pointed out that the government actually went to the truckies and said, all right, well, we'll lift the mandate for you guys. What? So what, you're gonna say that they no longer have to have the vaccine anymore, but all the regular citizens that you've been maintaining this hyper authoritarian hold on your country, they don't, what? So if these truckers, I mean, they're serious. They got family. They're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna stand for that. I think they're gonna give the Australian government a big FU. Wouldn't you? They know it's bigger than them. It's not about them. But they're starting to, I got more videos of the strikes. Here's some more. People just started posting these. They're all over the place. Seems like it's a different location. Could be the same one. Look at this. This is a grocery shelves. These videos are starting to appear of just product not on shelves. And it's crazy. You can, it looks like it's, like that would be how US dollars is, but it's the Australian dollar, so.
Oh, he's a main supply.
Yeah, it's happening. I just wrote, make sure you're prepared in case this happens near you. I'm not saying it's gonna happen near you, but hey, it could. I've said for a long time that truckers are the lifeblood of I'm specifically talking about America, but I mean, who am I kidding? They're the lifeblood of human society right now. They make sure that that product gets to you, consumer. Me too. I consume from the store. I go to the store. I'm not going to each individual farm to pick up the different vegetables that I eat. I go to one place and grab a bunch of vegetables. So thank you, truckers. You know, we owe a lot to you. They have a lot of power. And Australia, I mean, they're proving it. The Australian government tried to give them a pass. All right, you know what? You guys don't need to have this passport anymore. Yeah, that's not going to work. Government, Australian government, US government, the UK government, whatever government. Insert people who want power over others and don't want to relinquish what they have right now because of this past 6 months. That's how I'll frame that. I mean, this is not just Australia. All right. Well, this is from Avi. I want to just show this video because this is great.
So the police line has been broken behind me. The crowd charged through. Melbourne, Victoria is back
Melbourne.
in business. We thought maybe the police threats, as we've had the last few.
We've beat the police, that's it.
There we go. The crowd says they beat the police. They were unable, overwhelmed. The crowd overwhelmed the police line.
Overwhelmed the police line because they are protesting for their right to just live. And live outside of the underside of a boot someone else is wearing. And it's going on everywhere. This is Brazil. Look at this. Brazil. The truckers doing the same thing. So all the way down in Brazil, people are fighting out. This is Amsterdam yesterday. This is Amsterdam. And from what I'm hearing from the people that were commenting on my post about that was, this is a huge crowd for Amsterdam. 200,000 people showed up for this. That's huge. They say there's only been one other gathering in Amsterdam that's larger than that. And that was to protest against nuclear weapons, I believe in like the 80s or 70s. Something along those lines. It continues. Here's France. Look at this. I don't know why this is not loading. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Am I here with you guys? All the way down that street. You can't even see where it ends. Amazing. I mean, France is going nuts too. Here's protesters breaking through a cop barrier to go into this mall. I've actually been here. I've been to this mall in Paris. I've been on those steps right there. So they're breaking right here. They're breaking through to go in because you're not allowed to go into that mall without a vaccine passport. And then this horrible video comes out. Now, I tweeted this because the person who tweeted it said this woman got beat for shopping without a vaccine passport. And I had just seen that video about them breaking into the mall. And that mall is located there's a metro down in there as well. So I think this is the same spot. I can't tell for certain. But, I mean, I'm going to show you guys this. Fair warning. It's not too graphic, but it gets hot. Or heavy, rather. This is her. This cop is straight up beating her with a freaking baton. I mean, and they tackle her. I mean, there are like 10 cops on her. And supposedly she broke off from that protest. And there's another video of the cops backing up because the people rose up. There are so many more of us than there are of them. And I think that they're realizing that. I think the truckers are kind of starting it. And look, like, I'm all about, if you are at risk, follow your doctor's advice and go get it, right? I'm not against the vaccine at all. Follow your doctor's advice. I'm against mandating it and proving that you have to have it to be part of civilization, society. Mandating and making people show their papers, right? No one's going to mandate me to get it. My own personal opinions. I think something differently for my own personal self, okay? I have to tread very carefully about this subject because YouTube is very strict on it. That being said, follow your doctor's advice and what's best for you. But that's just the point, right? What's best for you might not be best for someone else. So making this passport like a normal thing, mandating it, forcing to bring back Dennis Prager again, coercion. The difference between an influencer and someone in power is Someone in power has power over you versus helping you figure out what's best for you. Like, those are the right kind of people. People in power, I mean, they are abusing it, and it is frightening. So, shout out to everyone who is out there, who is standing up. Good for you. Don't ever stop standing up for what you think is right. All right. I mean, this kind of goes hand in hand with it, because this woman stood up for what she thought was right. Now, this is from hotair.com. I'm not really familiar with this site, but shout out to Neo Unrealist. He sent me some stuff. He's got his own YouTube channel. You should check him out. But he sent me this, and it sums it up so well. All right, charges filed against sex offender in the Wi Spa case. Okay, I'm just gonna read it because it kind of sums it up perfectly. As it often does these days, the whole thing started with a viral video. A woman using the handle Cuban Angel filmed herself confronting staff at Wi Spa in Los Angeles over what she claimed was an uncomfortable encounter in the women's locker room with a naked man. The female staff member responding to the complaint says there's nothing the spa can do because they cannot discriminate against trans women. And here's the video of her confronting them. Very quickly, the trans community began questioning the legitimacy of the video. A couple weeks after the incident, Slate wrote a piece calling it a transphobic hoax. Of course, here's a little blurb from that. In the meantime, actual street battles broke out over the incident, with Antifa goons in black bloc confronting protesters and the police. And they were straight up attacking people, assaulting them. I mean, you could see it. There's fighting and rioting breaking out. I mean, let's do a little. They were straight up assaulting people. I'm not gonna play that much of the stuff, but Antifa. Here's more of it. Antifa is out here committing hate crimes against Christians for their beliefs. The cops watch it happen. A preacher was hit in the face with a skateboard and violently assaulted by Antifa for pushing one of them to stop them from attacking a Christian preacher or a protester. This didn't happen on one weekend, but several times, many times. I was watching these for like a couple weeks after the whole thing initially went down with Cuban Angel's initial viral video. There's, of course, waves of vandalism. Let's see. Can't really see if it says here. They tag on the LA Housing Authority over buildings around the Wi Spa. So after all the fighting and claims the entire thing was a hoax, today Andy Ngo reports in the New York Post that charges of indecent exposure have been filed against a sex offender in this case. Huh, really? Sources with knowledge of this case, but not authorized to speak publicly, say 4 women and a minor girl came forward to allege that Darren G. Maranger was partially erect in the women's section of the Wi Spa. Maranger, who spoke exclusively to the Post, denies the allegations and says that she is actually the victim of a transphobic harassment. Now, I actually have that article, and it is absolutely bonkers. I mean, I can't believe when you finish reading this, you're just like, how is this? This is an excuse to continue doing this. That's what I'm taking from this. This person, this guy, likes getting off by showing his junk to young girls, and he has an extensive history of doing exactly that. Now this, under the guise of being a trans woman, now gets to go into a spa, into the women's area, and show himself off again. Yes, I'm misgendering him. It's a dude. He's showing his dick to young girls, and it's disgusting. All right? He's got a history of doing it, and he's using this, like, a real trans woman should be pissed, because this is an actor, clearly. All right? Using the guise of being a trans woman. You can try it. You can call me a transphobe. I don't care. I'm not. You could do whatever you want as an adult. But when you start doing this kind of stuff, I feel like a trans woman, you know, you're either 100% or you're not. Or you're just a dude with tits. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying what I'm saying. I don't care. That's what I feel. This is my opinion on the matter, okay? When I see this kind of stuff, it pisses me off. You don't mess with children. All right? This dude clearly has it out to show his stuff, show his junk off to little kids. And it's disgusting. My goodness. So, all right. So, I'm sorry. This... I can't help myself here. Yeah, denying it. It's transphobic harassment, blah, blah, blah. This is basically this. We just talked about it on the other side. Here's the transgender woman. This is the fights that were breaking out beforehand. This is actually a bulletin. Darren Maranger, back in 2018 for indecent exposure. He was arrested for indecent exposure incident which he exposed himself to a woman and children in the women's locker room of West Hollywood Park. Maranger claims to identify as a female so he can access women's locker rooms and showers. Is a registered sex offender and a transient with family in Marina del Rey, which used to be a really nice place. It's just south of Venice Beach, which also used to be a really nice place. It sadly has been taken over by transients. I used to work at the Arbor store there. Shout out to Arbor. I love that place. It's where their flagship store is. They had to hire a bodyguard. I mean, I worked there. They didn't need a bodyguard. Now they have a freaking security officer that works there. Got assaulted, got cut. His face got cut because he was helping someone against one of these transients. Now I'm not saying this guy is violent, but I mean, you're scarring kids by showing your junk off to them, dude. Now he claims, I was underwater, she never saw me naked. Okay, well, I'll tell you this, dude. She didn't know about your history of exposing yourself, that you've actually been arrested for because you're a sex offender. You have history of showing yourself to young girls. So who am I to believe this woman who did everything she should have? Went right to the front desk. There's a man showing his junk to my daughter. It is disgusting. What is wrong with you? I'm sorry, we can't help you, man. That's a woman. She's like, no, it's a man. He's showing his junk to my daughter and me. Like, this is disgusting. It's a man. I honestly, I would have been more pissed if I was her. I would have snapped. I'm not a father, but I can imagine. I mean, those who watch my show know that I'm gonna have kids soon. I have a house now. I have an amazing partner. Like, we're gonna have kids. Really looking forward to being a dad. But oof, you try doing that? I mean, I'll risk it. I'll risk going to jail. Don't mess with my kids. Don't mess with kids in general. Yeah, I don't believe you, dude. I don't believe you. I'm going to trust the mom who was following the rules and trying to go around the proper channels over a registered sex offender with past history of showing kids his junk. Absolutely disgusting. Look at this. In addition to the new felony charges of indecent exposure, he is also facing 6 felony counts of indecent exposure over a separate locker room incident in 2018. Huh. Would you look at that? 6 counts. I think I've made my point clear. I'm not gonna give this guy any more of my time. Shout out to that mom. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. and your child, because that is horrendous. No child should have to deal with this kind of ridiculousness. And it's same goes for all those. I gotta not swear, but I'm telling you, I'm getting close. These freaking teachers that are trying to push kink on kids and talk sex ed to like single digit children, like under 10, like, yo, these kids need to live have a childhood. Let them be kids. Let them be children. All right? Stop indoctrinating them, grooming them. That's what they're doing. They're grooming these kids. And using this whole trans movement as a way of getting through society as if it's something to be proud of. Disgusting. Anyway, I'm over it. I almost swore, yo. I see these teachers and hear what they're talking about, like libs of TikTok post them a lot, and it is just like Project Veritas. I did that segment last week about exposing that teacher. It's not just the grooming, it's hating society and America's racist and this and that. It's got to stop. And it's more about this influence versus people in power. It's the people that want power that are going out and doing it. They want power over others. We have to take that back from them because they should not be anywhere near kids. It is absolutely disgusting. All right, let's get into some super chats. How you guys doing tonight? It is great to see you all. I gotta say, I'm pretty sure Robert Wiles is not going to be able to join us tonight. His mother is not doing very well. So shout out to Robert Wiles. I hope your mother's doing well. And for Robert Wiles, hey Betty and Diana, I hope you two are having a great night. Our first super chat is from Better Robert Wiles. Have a blessed night and be blessed to all chat. I hope you're all having a good time and may your wishes come true. Bless you all. Bless this chat. All right. Let's see. Better Robert Wiles continues, says, had a nice ad for a place we can't go. Oh, did it? Is that, or I don't even know what you're talking about there. Sonny James with a $20 super chat just says, I just came up with a term when super chatting Young Ripa, the sloppy oppie. It's when the government uses a crisis to void human rights like COVID or January 6th. It's so absurd, even normies go, wow. Hey mom, how you doing? Good to see you. Better Robert Wiles says, is that Crigler Queen I hear? It was. You did hear, in fact, Nishra. She was informing us at the beginning of the show that AdamCrigler.com is now officially mine. I have my own name's website, which is great. You can find me there, AdamCrigler.com. And I'll show you guys. It's pretty cool. Nishra actually built this from the ground up. It's pretty dope. I know my haircut is outdated. I have to get a new haircut picture, something. I mean, I actually have a bunch of pictures with short hair from my short haircut life. So maybe I'll do some digging through my old stuff. So, all right, let's check it out. Better Robert Wiles continues, says, I'm just going to call you what you are, Robert Shaw. Remember when Trump got impeached over a call? I do remember. Petrich Farm remembers. I remember. Robert Shaw, or Mark Crigler. Look at me. I'm your brother now. All right, Robert Shaw, I know it's you. Robert Shaw says, ISIS is sponsored by Kellogg's ISIS K cereal. It's actually ISK, Islamic State of I don't remember what the K stands for. But it's not Iraq and Syria anymore. So ISIS K is actually incorrect. Thanks to chat, actually, informing with that. Give me one sec. Had some water. Robert Shaw says, I don't even trust myself, let alone the media. Good to know. Sonny James with a $25 super chat. Thank you so much. The mainstream media adopting the term privacy advocates as if privacy has never been a human right. That's why I'm not surprised Lapdog Media wouldn't recognize Americans in Afghanistan as deserving exodus to their homelands. So it's absolutely ridiculous. Those people are being left behind. It's insulting. Hey chat, hey Cherry Coke, how you doing? Good to see you. I just took a look over in chat. Hey Cougar Kitty in the chat, Montana, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Traversy, I see you. How you guys doing? Broken Puppet, what's good? Let's see here. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, I'm sure someone is pulling Biden's string. Why else is he dodging questions and only taking approved questions? Most popular president ever. Right. Kyle says, you're my hero, Adam. Keep on doing what you're doing. Thank you, Kyle. I see you in chat. So nice. That wasn't a super chat. That was just someone in chat. Felt like I had to read it. Wait, ISIS. Someone just answered the question. What does the K stand for? It's someone asked us, is it adamcrigler.com or .net? It's both. Both work. I have both of them. It's adamcrigler.com or adamcrigler.net. They both are the same. Let's see here. I just saw it. Let's see. No, it's not Kabul. It's not Islamic State of Kabul. It's actually something different. ISK. Let me look at what it stands for. Islamic State of Khorasan. That's what it stands for. The Islamic State of Khorasan. There it is. It's not Kabul. It was formed before them, before the fall of Kabul. Yes, Neil D actually had that in chat. Yep, exactly. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Aussie Horseman, aka Robert Shaw, says, money, money, money. We need money. Quoting the Democrats, of course. Ryan says, there's a play on words that starts with C for her. Charlie. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. Robert Shaw says, it's not swearing at him. That's Aussie English. I know, but I mean, I don't know if there's kids that listen to my show, and I try to keep it kid friendly, So anyone can listen to my show and not worry that there will be swear bombs. Although sometimes I've had guests on the show that will, it'll happen. But Hydro says, the same left who would hope I die and can never vote are the right again. And can never vote for the right again. Somehow now care so much about me and want me to take a vaccine. Well, yours doesn't. I can't even say the joke. I can't even joke about it without. I can't even joke about it without risking my channel. Is that so crazy? The world we live in right now. Absolutely craziness. Hey, thank you, Montana. Shouting out my locals. Nice, nice. Thank you very much. Aussie Horseman says, I'm just going to say it as it is. Robert Shaw says, Adam, the Aussie government doesn't know what to do to stop the spread. They're scared to get voted out, so they throw everything at it. I mean, they are absolutely shooting themselves in the foot if they think that doing what they're doing is going to keep them in power. Because I don't think people like them at all. Andrew says, politicians want this. They have prepped bunkers. And that scares me, actually, to think about it. I be ripping them with a rare super chat. Good to see you, mate. I just got charged with unlawful use of a bioweapon for something I did inside the Capitol building. Oof. I'm assuming I know what you did. Did you rip one? You be ripping them. I think I nailed it. Mr. Knox says, I'm amazed how much of our media, our own media, is staying quiet about this. Didn't hear if any Truckee protests here in Victoria, though. Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I actually have a map. Where is that map? Which one's Victoria? Yeah, the south. I'm looking at this here. So it's somewhere over in Queensland, which is where the truckers are the image that I posted, that the video that I posted was over by Brisbane, I believe, not down in Victoria. But I'm sure it's got a ripple effect of, if they stop bringing product along the supply routes, the supplies are going to dry up in other places, right? Let's see. Robert Shaw says, we don't need guns. We have truckers. Andrew says, great job on your show, brother. Keep it real. Peace. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. I will keep it real. Rob Shaw continues, says, have guns stopped your government locking you down? Good point. Nope. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because the people who succumb to being locked down, like New York City, I believe, has a passport system in place. You can't have a gun legally in New York. Mr. Wolfgang says, I just finished watching the Jordan Peterson and Dennis Prager discussion right before your show. Nice. Excellent discussion. And Adam Carolla. Don't forget Adam Carolla. I grew up listening to Adam Carolla, actually, on my in Chicago. He was on a show, Loveline, with Dr. Drew. So I grew up listening to them on the radio. It was pretty cool. Jonathan Duger with a $10 super chat says, 70% of this country's stuff is moved on trucks. Not to mention our economy operates on just-in-time delivery. 3 to 4 days of a trucker strike here ends all of the stuff. Yo, I know. If you don't realize how important truckers are to society, I mean, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Sonny James with another $10 super chat. I hope people know the fourth industrial revolution is about replacing humans with robots. If they treat those replaced like they treat the SSI recipients, we as humanity are in big trouble. Yeah, I actually watched on that note. Elon Musk did a talk about AI recently. And he was talking about how we are going to be replaced by robots. And it is kind of a frightening premise, because he's very afraid of AI and how it's exponentially growing. And you need to be incredibly observant of what it's doing, because we could say, like, take care of everyone's, happiness, make sure everyone's happy or well fed, and they can see that as, okay, people's happiness is dependent on whether their basic bodily needs are taken care of. It could go on its own and be like, oh, well, you being happy is just you being fed and being able to have certain things. So then they lock everyone down, and maintain the earth, and like, who knows, that like it could be a nightmare. How many different videos or movies were about this exact thing? But he was talking about how even if we get control of it, AI, right, and we start replacing the truckers, for example, with automated trucks, and we are grocers ourselves now. We scan the own product. Like, once the products are being stacked and like literally all of the jobs are being replaced by robots, what are we going to do? And he was talking about how there needs to be like a universal base income. And I don't even think that would be enough. I think that we need to figure out a purpose for human beings. And that's why I love space so much, because I think that you think about broad spaces, like we can go in all directions and spread out, and we can start mining other places. And even this could be automated, which is another scary thing. It's like, are we going to reach a point where what do we do in life? Everything will be automated, and eventually we'll have a system where the energy will be perpetual, so we don't have to like use up a propellant to charge stuff like fossil fuels or anything along those lines. I don't know, it's an interesting discussion to be sure, but I think we are absolutely heading in that direction though. Sonny Vapor Trails with a $20 super chat just says, just a small tip from a day one fan, used to watch The Other Thing every night, can't since. Still hoping mature adults can see wisdom and reconcile. Either way, stay strong, bro. And everybody smash that like button. Smash that like button. Thank you, Vapor Trails. I do really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, reconciliation is out of the picture. I mean, I moved away. I don't live near them at all, and they made their bed over there, and I have only one choice, and that is to do my own thing and move forward, and I'm happy to do that. Robert Shaw says, if you're scared, then stay home. Get redacted. Mavis says there was a protest of 600 people near Binghamton, New York. It was big considering it's New York, and was bigger than any BLM rally last year. I've been to Binghamton many times. It's really beautiful up there. Awesome. I haven't heard about that. I mean, and I'm not even surprised that I haven't heard about that, right? I'm sure many of you haven't heard that upstate New York. I mean, it's upstate. It's a couple hours outside. Anything outside of New York City is upstate to New Yorkers. So sorry if Binghamton, I don't know if you would consider it upstate if you live in Binghamton, because it's not like really far north. It's more like in the middle, I think, right? You know what? Let's look at this. Where's Binghamton? Let me see. Maps. Oops. I wanna see exactly where Binghamton is. If my memory served me right. Okay. Yeah, it's like halfway up the state, right? Because New York it comes all the way up to here, and oh, it's more west. Oh no, here's New York. Yeah, okay. So it is upstate, but just simply north. Yeah. It's actually on the south end of New York. But again, I was a New Yorker, New York City, so literally you go outside of New York City and it's upstate. Anyway, Andrew says, this is the WEF skeleton. We're reliving 1914. I don't really know what that meant. Marcus, thank you for that little unicorn. Very cute. Robert Shaw says, the only good Antifa is an unconscious Antifa. No. The only good Antifa is one that realizes who the actual fascists are. Right? If a man flashed my daughter, I'd make him a woman. Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially, I mean, your daughter's not even one yet, so my goodness, I can only imagine. Ryan says, Antifa members should be set to forever sleep. See, I don't like those kind of comments, because I don't wish ill on anyone. I don't think that's the answer. Violence begets violence. Scrody Johnson, howdy, Adam. I called it by if they trick my old mind, which isn't very often. I catch myself calling Blair White a she, even though she's biologically a male. But see, this is a great case. She recognizes that she's biologically a male. She is now female. She has gone through all of the procedures. She is, for all intents and purposes, she's a woman. She committed. She truly believes it. So she went through all of the, she's now a woman. She doesn't, I fairly certain, I don't know too much about her, but I'm pretty sure she's gone all the way, right, as it were. So, this dude that I was talking about, who is a sex offender, who somehow in the last couple years now identifies as a woman to get into women's locker rooms to show himself to little girls. Yeah, I'm that's a trick. That's someone abusing, and like people like Blair is probably pissed at this dude. I'm assuming. I don't want to speak for her, Hydro says, you become what you hate, and the left have become everything they claim to hate. And when I was talking about what if Trump did this, like Biden, he is literally the guy that the left has claimed Trump was his whole presidency. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Blair still carries? Oh, okay. Well then, I don't know. Whatever. I don't even want to... I'm so done with that conversation. Let's see. Montana Horseman... Or no, excuse me. Aussie Horseman. See, Robert Shaw, you're throwing me off with this Horseman stuff. Robert Shaw, only good fiddler is a redacted fiddler. Okay. Serta says, Happy Labor Day, bro, with a $20 super chat. I forgot it's Labor Day today. You know, I was going to do a Labor Day, what is Labor Day? But I actually did that last year. I've now, I'm realizing, oh, I actually, last Labor Day, I did an episode on what Labor Day was. And, it created by unions and whatnot back in the day. And I was like, you know what? All right. All right. Robert Shaw says, grab and rip. That'll fix his identity crisis. No, gross. No, I don't want violence. I think he should be held accountable for doing what he's doing, though. But not in that sense. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Huge super chat jump. Thank you all very much. Here we go. Musical fiddlers, not you. Okay, he's not talking about musical fiddlers. Mr. Knox says, fact, he's using the trans as a badge so he can do what he does best. Sick. It puts legitimate trans people in a bad light. Exactly. Robert Shaw, sex ed should be straightforward and simple. Agreed. Francisco, 4:20 Pacific time, you guys know the deal. That weird dude at Wii is like Miss Man of Scary Movie. Watch it and you'll know what I mean. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I don't remember. Scrody Johnson says, they taught us sex ed when I was 14. Seems perfect to me. Okay, right around the time you're hitting puberty, you're getting... Right, so like 14, you're in high school now. That makes sense. Under 10... Preteen, that should be on the parents. All right, if the parents want to prepare them for, if they're like starting a date or whatever, it's like, all right, you should have that conversation with your kids. Be a part of your kids' lives. And usually it probably won't be that big of a deal then, if you're a part of your kids' lives. Pretty sure there's a correlation there. Tristan with a $10 super chat said, Adam, you're in what I call dad mode. When I became a father, threats to children started making me angry on a metaphysical level. It's the primal instinct to protect. I mean, I get it, actually. I get it. Sorry to hear they banned you from China. Did they ban me from China? Is that a thing? Someone just said in chat, William said, sorry they banned you from China. Am I banned from China? Is that a thing? Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me, but I want more information. If that's true, first off, how do you even know that? Like, where do you find that information out, and how do you know? But that's hilarious, and again, it wouldn't surprise me. Mr. Wolfgram says, it's all about choice at the end of the day. If you don't want to get the vax, don't. If you don't want it. But if you do want to get it, but don't lock people up, Trucker said. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get it. If you really want, if you feel you need it. I agree 100%. I really want to know if that's true. Or if he was just joking about, because I speak out against the CCP a lot. Gang with a $10 super chat says, weak old dad here. If someone chooses to do that near my child, they will not leave that situation with their life. Have a kid and you'll decide whose feelings are more important real quick. I mean, a weak old dad. Congratulations, gang. All right. We got a new dad here. That's awesome. Hold on. I see people talking about me being banned in China. Am I really banned in China? Like, how did this person know? Keep an eye out, chat. Keep an eye out. And let me know, because that's hilarious. Is it weird that I think it's hilarious that I would be banned? Yeah, I think you might have been joking, but it is kind But it wouldn't surprise me, though. It wouldn't surprise me. Robichaud said, oh, excuse me, it's not Mark Robichaud says, what? No, it's not. I'm not him. I'm not. How? William with a joke. Yeah, it's, you know, see, the thing is, okay, it's a joke. It's funny. It's funny, though, but the thing is, the best jokes, I'm giving it to you. It was a good joke because the best jokes, you know, are laced with really good truth, right? So, like, it's pretty good, man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I speak out against them quite often. Mr. Wolfgram again says, Trucker said more than that, but I couldn't find it. Right on. Yeah. I feel that though. Robshaw, Biden is battery powered. It makes sense. IS of Kamalo. Oh, goodness. Brother Paul. Sergeant Bronson needs to be removed from the military or all active U.S. military will die. 300 plus million firearms in the U.S. and they think they control U.S. vets. There's some like 21 million U.S. veterans or something in the States. That's a lot. I wouldn't want to cross those former servicemen and women. Paul with a $10 super chat. Hey Adam, you should interview YouTuber Aussie Cossack or Avi Yamini from Rebel News to explain how insane it really is in Australia right now. It's so completely insane here, you wouldn't even believe it. I mean, from what I'm seeing, it is insane. I mean, I'm seeing people posting videos from inside the quarantine camps, being locked into quarantine hotels, just freaking out. I actually, Abby follows me, and we follow each other on Twitter, so maybe I can get a hold of him, because I'd love to have him on my show and just have him, you know, fill us in about what his view of what he's seeing. I mean, that dude is an absolute boss. Absolute boss. Scrody again says, I have a theory about the housing prices doubling. The government is driving up taxes in order to foreclose so people can't own property. Well, you're not the only one to believe that. And, you know, it's crazy, too, because China's buying up all these houses and BlackRock's buying up all these houses and in cash, 30% above asking price. Like, no one's able to even hit those prices. It's craziness. Jahan says Q101 is missed all over the region. Q101. Chicagoan, fellow Chicagoan. For those who don't know, I am from Chicago. I don't talk about it often because, you know, it's not all about me. Robert Shaw says, without trucks, insert here, stops. Yep, agreed. Mavis says, Democrats wants your bank to report how much money you have and how much you withdraw or deposit. They allegedly want to tax you correctly. Absolutely bonkers. James Coleman says, don't count on Victoria, Australia changing. Queensland, where I live, is our Texas, and they are our California. Oh, good to know. I didn't know that. All right, that's good. Wow, Princeton Phalanx 59 with a $100 super chat. Woo! Thank you very much. Goodness sakes, what a huge super chat. I really do appreciate that support. Hey, Adam, enjoy the show. You should check out Pastor J.D. Farag website. Every Sunday, he does updates about the beer bug and other things. The information is very informative and important. He is unable to stream on YouTube about the truth of the beer bug. I like that, beer bug. I'm going to adopt that because it's unassuming but obvious. I like it. Thank you very much, and I'll definitely check that out. Let me just mark it down. All right, I will definitely check that out of the show. Thank you for that support. Robert Shaw says, no, Adam, humans will be trapped in VR at home. Have you guys actually tried VR? I have PlayStation VR, and like I have gaming buddies all over the place, and I've played VR with a friend of mine, and it's really trippy how much it feels like you're next to each other. You know, when you're standing there in an environment, we were playing this gun zombie shooting game, walking around. I don't remember the name of it. But you see him, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and he's like, "Oh, you're there! Like, this is so cool! Like, we're right here. We're like next to each other," and it really does feel that way. I know it's probably like frightening, because that's what they might want us, you know, like who knows, but I don't know. It's pretty, I like VR. It's the future of gaming, I believe. Mr. Knox says, with a $10 super chat, never gonna say this, but listening to your streams, never got to say this, but listening to your streams have been helpful, especially getting myself focused. I've been abused at home due to the pandemic. However, I'm moving out soon. Thank you for keeping us informed. Well, thank you for those kind words, Mr. Knox. And I appreciate your super chats. You super chat me quite often. I really do appreciate your support. And, you know, I'm glad to be able to help you in whatever manner I can, which is just seemingly doing my show. And I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot to me. Robert Shaw says, Adam is he's his own man on his own path, making his own future with his own hands. He doesn't need to reconcile. They both still friends. You rock, Adam. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Sonny James with a $20 super chat says, Adam, your channel is small enough. I don't think it would draw the ire of YouTube if you have Dr. Joseph Farrell on. His Oxford graduate degree on top of his independent thought will forever change your understanding of the cosmos. But why would he draw the ire of YouTube? I'll look into who that is. I don't actually know who that is, but I'll check it out. If you guys haven't yet smashed that like button, please do smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It definitely is helping my channel grow. I appreciate that. And definitely share my videos. A lot of you are sharing my videos. I see a lot of people retweeting my everything. Like you guys are all sharing it. Thank you all. Every single one of you who has shared my videos on whatever social media that you share it on. Thank you very much. It's because of you that I'm starting to grow again as a channel. I feel like there was a couple of rocky moments because I got a couple strikes on my channel. The mainstream media was vilifying some of the talking points that I was reporting on. But it does feel like I'm finally starting to grow again. And I blame all of you. That's right, I blame you. It's your fault I'm growing. Thank you. Thank you for that. Robert Shaw says, when it comes to children, there is no mercy. I mean, you know. Andrew. Oh, selection. Selection. Now I don't know what the other one was about. Something about, yeah, I don't remember what your super chat was, but I'll go look for it. Versified says, hashtag recall Newsom, hashtag vote for Elder, hashtag we got a state to save. Right? Let me super chat jump. Overboard DM says, Blair didn't get the bottom surgery. Well, then, well, she at least acknowledges that she's a biological male. Right? Which, I don't know. I feel like it's, you know, I don't know, she's a man still, I guess, then. Mavis with a $10 super chat says, everything north of New York City is upstate, in my opinion, and you didn't hear about it because the news refused to cover it. Only a local guy with a YouTube channel covered it. No sound bites allowed. Of course. Of course. Mr. Paul R. with a $10 super chat. Adam, Peppermint Patty did a Freudian slip the other day about the plandemic versus pandemic. Need to watch They Live, 1988 prediction of media mind control. Roll the dice. 13. Beanie Compound is all yes men. All around, no lies detected. I have rolled the dice. Good luck. Have fun, guys. I have rolled it. Of course, Mr. Polar, I'm sorry. It is not a 13, but good luck, everyone. I'm watching the chat. Arcadian Twilight says, best Antifa is anti-communist because fascism and communism to socialism what chocolate and vanilla are to ice cream. All right. Here comes the numbers. I'm watching. Good luck, guys. This is for absolutely nothing, just to clarify. I'm watching. All right. No one's guessed it. Mr. Lightning's World gets it. It's 1. Congratulations. You're the first person to guess 1. You won absolutely nothing with your guess of 1. Congrats. Hey. Kyle Schmidt says, Hermes from Futurama. Labor Day? That phony baloney holiday crammed down our throats by fat cat union gangsters? I mean, Hermes was on it. Robert Shaw says, Winnie the Pooh has very soft, thin skin. You're not talking about Winnie the Pooh, are you? I didn't think so. Robert Shaw again. Almost forgot, our media said that Texas is now the wild, wild west. They're calling it a mass redacted waiting to happen and far right state. Wow. Goodness sakes. All these people are making threats like, I'm going to move out of Texas. Like, I'll never go to Texas anymore. I was going to go, but now I'm never going to go. And like Texans are like, okay. And people forget that states, I mean, Texas is practically its own country. I mean, the state, United States, we're all different. I mean, you look at Europe, like Europe is tiny. Driving around Europe, I've driven around Europe many times. It's tiny. You can go from one country to another country, 2 completely different cultures in like 4 hours, 5 hours. In some cases, you can drive through like 4 countries in that 5-hour span and have different languages, different cultures, completely different laws, and it's just ridiculous. But in the States, people think that Texas is supposed to be the same as Portland, Oregon or something, or you know what I mean? Or even Alaska, it feels like its own world out there. People live differently in different places. It's crazy. Vasidius with a $20 super chat. To see which doctors are indoctrinating, check out CourseHero.com. It's a site for students' schoolwork. They'll post their work on there to help others cheat. You can search by school. It's easy to pick out the woke. Really? Oh my gosh. A children's cheating website? Man, kids these days. They don't know how to, they're so entitled. They got websites where I didn't have that as a kid. And I'm glad that I didn't, because I actually had to learn something. My goodness. You don't learn when you do that. Robert Shaw says, NFL had Latinx Day yesterday. I saw on Overlord DVD. It was Latinx. Isn't it like 5% of like Latino community like are okay with Latinx? It's just insulting, isn't it? What? Bonkers. Fat Planet says, I doubt you can have an opinion about the quarantine camp. While in the camp, it's like shooting yourself in the foot. They monitor you. Yeah, I'm sure, right? It's frightening. And these people at least have their phones and are getting videos out about what's going on there. And it's frightening. I mean, they're getting fed well, at least from what I could see. Scrody says the Chinese are buying up property like crazy in Oklahoma and Texas and California and New York. I mean, literally everywhere. In fact, BlackRock purchased a ton of the truck yards near mine. Wow. Wait, is BlackRock a Chinese company? I didn't think it was a Chinese company, but oh my, if that's the case. John says, oh no, bud. Hammond, Indiana. We return fire here. Oof, okay. Just had a super chat jump. Give me a second. Jay Ritzy says Biden ate his ice cream too fast and has had permanent brain freeze ever since. Yeah, since like the 70s. Sonny James, I think the tech problem is it's clearly not bringing it's not being used for human optimization. Backdoor access by the NSA proves that. And it never meant to be secure. Yeah, it's frightening, man, actually. Robert Shaw says, daily dose of fear, one good solar flare, we're done. Thank you, I appreciate you. Cable Dude with a $20 super chat says, we are having a hard time finding people willing to climb telephone poles to keep the internet and lights on. Shout out to the linemen and cable dudes and women. Good call. I mean, real infrastructure. Real infrastructure. I think you understand why I'm saying that it's the real. Shout out to the real people out there that are necessary and are actual infrastructure, right? I thought about the linemen, cable dudes. Yeah, they're out there. I mean, those transformers, they're dangerous. Like, you mess up, that's a lot of voltage. It can kill you. And necessary to keep our lights on. My lights, your lights. Internet. Crazy. Robert Shaw says, nah, I picked one. So sad. Well, you were late, so. He continues, pot of kami honey rots the brain, taints the soul. Well, I'll agree with you there. Teachers don't teach, textbooks do these days. They don't, right? The textbooks. It's insane. Well, that was it, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to be joining, let me tell you, I'm going to just give a shout out. This Thursday, I'm going to be joining Lev Polikov on his podcast, on his YouTube channel, Break the Rules. We're going to be doing a 2-hour live show on Thursday before my show. So I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern time to 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then, of course, I'll still be going live on my channel. Just to let everyone know that you can follow us and follow me over there. I love joining other people's show. I was talking to Savannah, who looking like she might be on my show tomorrow, which is great. Love having her on. I'm going to try to get onto her show as well. And yeah, if you guys don't know who Savannah is, she's fantastic. And yeah, she'll be on the show tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for all of your amazing support. You guys are absolutely the best. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Every day you show up for me. Thank you very much. And I will see you all tomorrow here on The Crigler Show. Good night, everybody.